35 years of pride in Columbus, Ohio. Listen to True FM for all the Pride interviews.
Hey, you've reached True FM Online. Would this happen to be Mr. Samwell?
Why, yes, it is.
Fantastic. You know what? It almost sounds like a deja vu moment. I thought I spoke to you before once.
I mean, deja vu happens to me all the time. I have those moments so many, many times, but you never know.
I'm just worried that one day it's going to be... Well, I'm worried one day it's just going to be nothing but deja vu all my life for Alzheimer's and stuff like that. But I'll be like, I guess I'll get...
Oh, please. Yeah, please. Let's not even put that out there.
All right.
That,
all right.
if you're taking fish oils and you're trying to eat healthy now, it can stop it if it's possible. But yeah.
My mother was the main fiend for all the vitamins and the fish oils as a kid. I'm like, love you, Mom. Mean it.
Mm-hmm.
But thing is, this isn't about my mom. That's a whole different episode. This is about you, and you're coming over to Columbus, Ohio, I hear soon.
I am very excited to come to Columbus. I am coming, I think, in a couple of weeks. I think the weekend of the 17th to the 20th, I'll be doing Pride, I think that Saturday.
Yes!
But then some other event on that Sunday, so I'm really, really excited. I've been to Columbus twice before, and both times I've had an amazing time, so I'm really, really super excited. It's going to be Pride, so it's going to be very gay and very gay.
Nice. Now, is this your first professional time at Pride as a performer and artist, or what is this then?
What, for Columbus?
Yes.
Or just in general?
No, Columbus.
Oh, yeah. This is not my first professional gig, but it's my first Pride gig in Columbus. I've done shows before. I did one, I feel like a year or so ago, summer, and then I did one, my friend, my manager, Ryan Francis, hosts this annual Christmas coat drive thing, and he did it for me because I can't think of it right now because I'm having a great partner. But anyway, he does this annual thing around December, and he just has a whole bunch of artists and some people out of town like myself, and it's just a good old time to go and just bring in some coats, make some donations, and just have a bunch of like singers, comedians. It's just a great night. So I've done it before. I've done it twice.
So you're a talented performer, a stunning, good-looking man, and you're and what is this not just an entertainer, but you're also a holiday cheer maker for people. You're an amazing person.
Well, I like to think I try to do good while I'm here in this brief time on this earth. So yeah, I mean, if you're not doing anything nice, shut the hell up.
I know some people that applies to.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm definitely getting older, so I'm much more direct and like you're being irritating, silent of the land.
Now, okay, well, here's the thing. You popped out of this shell doing something, and for anybody who doesn't know what's going on, let's just say this is Samwell. Now, if Samwell doesn't, mean something to you yet, trust me, your ass will know Samwell the moment you hear his first pop song that just became super crazy famous. Why don't you tell us about how this happened and what this song was and how that began?
Oh, the infamous song or infamous/famous song. What was in the book? It came. I came from humble beginnings. Basically, my friends would talk about my butt all the time, and I literally just came with this thing. Well, what in the butt? Initially, it had nothing to do with what it was about, but so I just would say it all the time, and then one time I used the chorus just to add to it because I thought it was funny, and my friends would be dying laughing, and so one day, many years ago, in 2004, I had my the person in the producing the song heard it. His name is Mike Fadden. He heard me sing the song when we were flight attendants, and he said, "I want to produce the song." And I said, "Yeah, you full of shit." And that's really what I said. He said, "Oh my God, what is this genius song that you made?" I said, "It's a song that I sing." He said, "Oh man, I've got to produce this." And I literally looked at him and said, "You're full of shit." And then we were on the plane, and I just walked up to the front part, the front galley, and I was like, "Okay, whatever." And then 8 months later, maybe later in that year, I think it was like winter early winter of 2004. Then by December of 2004, we were in this Milwaukee home apartment just doing the song. And then I think I showed it to my friends. I had a Christmas party back because I lived in Chicago at the time. And at Christmas party, my friends, I played them the original version. They're like, "Oh my God, this song is ridiculously everything, and you just have to get it done." I was like, "Okay, we'll see." But then they put it in my head, and then flash forward 2 more years, we had met some friends, Bobby Saralda and Andrew Swan, who run a production company out of Milwaukee, and they helped me put the video together that November 2006, and then we put it out Valentine's Day 2007. Listen to the love you like in the stuff. And then from that, it just took a lot on a life of its own, and it was just insane, crazy, and I do not regret it. Initially, I did, because I was like, "Oh, the song is ridiculous. People are just think I'm just this comedian," and I was like, "Well, whatever." But now I'm like, thank goodness I did it. I'm so glad it's now my song, for better or for worse, and I love it. So anyway.
Well, it's definitely the for better. It's definitely the for better.
Okay,
Everyone's danced to that. Who's heard it has danced to it.
I know, and if you haven't, then you would have no sense of humor. You just go sit down and pray for your life.
No, they're young children. They're young children. They just don't know yet.
No, well, young children. The fan base I have, I'm very sure. I'm like, how do you even allowed to listen to this song? Because now the song is like coming on. Like next year will be like the 15th anniversary. I'm like, how are you even allowed to listen to that song? I'm like teenagers who are like in their 20s now. So when that song came out, you were like 12 or whatever. But it's just interesting. And then I've gotten suburb moms who have heard the song and said, "Oh my God, I know that song." You're awesome. I said, "No." Well, very weird, but I'm like, okay.
But then there was 2 more parts with you, and that is there was the spinoff, the redo from South Park with Butters redoing it on an episode of South Park, which was just like, that was funny because it was your entire video all over again, South Park style.
Mm-hmm. Which took it to another level, which I'm so thankful and humble and appreciative of, because it just made it even bigger. So yeah, and
then you were then from that point on, you now became more than just the artist, because now people start realizing that you're more than just a one-time thing, and you do performances and you do other music, as well as you've been put on Tosh O not once but twice.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time. It was a great time. They flew me out to LA to film it, and I just had the best time. And Daniel Tosh was just awesome. It's like really a gentleman. Everyone, I don't think is like, he can be a bit much. But when I met him, he was just a joy, and I had such a great time. And obviously, clearly we got along very well, because he asked me to be on there again. So nothing but love for the Tosh man. Nothing but love. He's still crazy. He's still crazy, but nothing but love for him. Just a great time. Yeah, I know it's done. I mean, I would never thought that with this song, I was done so much with it. And I got 2 international gigs too, and I was like, what? A ridiculous song that people just enjoy and still do till this day. I mean, I get people from the street all the time like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "How the hell do you know this song is?" I was visiting. I was going to a ballet recently here in Manassas, Virginia, and someone came to me when I went to a restaurant. And I said, "I just wanted to come and say, I thank you so very much. I really appreciate your work." And I'm like, "Who are you randomly coming up to me while I'm eating something?" But I love it. It's awesome.
Well, you prominently featured your beautiful face right there on the video. How can you not know who you are?
Yeah. I don't like to toot my own horn. Beep, beep. Thank you, Jesus, and my parents. That had nothing to do with me. That's all just genetic. It was fun. I have no negatives with it.
Well, now, how has family reacted on this when it came out? I mean, like you said, this is just, our young son doing something crazy or whatever. Like, and all of a sudden now, they're the what butt in the butt mom and dad, and it's just kind of like, okay.
The parents thing?
Yeah.
Well, I was raised by my mom. But it just never really, it was not, I don't know, I just never really told anyone. Like, some things you just best just not tell your parents, because you just don't want to have that discussion.
Right.
And you're like, listen, I'm grown, so I kind of do what I want to, so you don't necessarily have to have an opinion about it. I'm just going to do what I do. So it never really, quote unquote, came out. I never told anyone. I kind of did. I've always been kind of like, just kind of do what I do, and then they find out later on. Even if I knew there's going to be any kind of resistance, so I was like, it's not even worth it, because ultimately, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway, and you're going to have to either catch up or get lost in the crowd. That really was a discussion for me. I mean, I'll obviously be respectful about it, but I'm not going to have to explain myself to you, especially once I become an adult. So that is no longer a necessity for me.
Very cool.
I still feel like I have to explain to the parents what they do, but me, not so much.
They don't understand that there's a clear separation of childhood and adulthood at some point. And
I think parents forget that because they feel. I get it. You raised me, you nurtured me, you did whatever you did, but then there comes to a point where I just have to make decisions for myself, whether you agree with them or not. And when you become an adult, you no longer have to get the permission of your parents to do what you need to do what you want to do, to get where you need to be. So,
yeah, exactly. You need to kick them out.
I didn't say kick them out. Be respectful, but also respect to the street. When you're born, you're expected to respect your parents and do what they tell you to do. But then when you become an adult, they don't realize, some parents don't, that they need to understand it. Oh yeah, my kid is no longer my kid. He's my kid, but he's no longer my child. Or he or she.
He's my grown son. Yeah. So no, totally cool. What are okay? So you did this great song. It made you famous, made your butt famous, made your face famous. All right, and you're on every dance floor, and everyone's boogieing around for you. What were the next projects after that were just like amazing?
Well, for me, obviously I didn't get as big as what, but I did a song that I love called "Protect Respect," which is exactly what it says. I don't want your love unless you use a glove. Just check it out. And then my recent song, I did a song called "Just Be Free." It's been a couple of years ago, and it was my anthem. Just be who you are, do what you want to do. Don't worry about whatever people think, because they're gonna talk about you anyway. So just do you and do it well. Okay, just be free. What do you do? I'll be performing those songs as well as some other songs at the show. So I'm really excited about it.
So Columbus gets to see this at Pride. Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they get to see "Just Be Free." What in the flood? Protect Respect. What? Yeah.
And with these projects going on, if it wasn't for music, because you're doing music, if it wasn't for music, what are the other creative ideas, projects, or events are in your life that you're?
The music happened by accident. I went to school. I originally studied history, and I have a degree in history. Then I went back into the theater and dance. I think I always wanted to dance, but I think I more wanted to do theater and maybe go into TV and movies. More TV, because I just always loved TV. So even now, that's probably what I would be doing. I mean, it's what I'm doing now. I'm working on writing a TV show called Samwell about a single guy living in the city of Chicago, a gay guy living in the city of Chicago, who gets unexpectedly, he becomes a parent to his nephew from his estranged sister, and dealing with that and the job and love, life, and all that in the big city. And then I'm working on a cooking show called Sizzling with Samwell, because I like to cook. And it's basically me hanging out with some friends and being fun and appropriate and making a dish. And like if you're having people over to your house. So we'll see we hope that people will like that and enjoy. My thing is, I just want to be doing things where I get to entertain and be fun in front of people and in front of the camera. So love the camera. Yeah.
So the musician.
Yes.
So the musician has turned into also now TV show, cooking show, and now it's this show that you're talking about with the dad. Is that going to be a comedy or is that going to be a drama? What are you looking for?
It's like dramedy, because life is dramatic, but it's also funny. You have to be able to. Life is that's what I'm not like the typical situation comedy where it's like ha 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 ha. You're gonna have those ha ha moments. You still in there. You're still gonna have dealing with sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You're dealing with that because we all deal with that in life at some point, whether we want to or not. If we shy away from it, then that doesn't. I feel like a real, authentic, true life. So So I feel like people will be able to relate to it, and I hope they will be able to. So, and if they don't, well, oh well, I'm still gonna do it. So, and then there is talk of possible, hopefully in time for the 10-year anniversary, or at least within the 10-year, like right around like 20 next year. I'm working with my manager now on possibly doing what is it, like the musical.
The musical?
Yeah, so why not? I'm just like, I was trying to figure out a project to like celebrate 10 years of What in the Butt, and just like the wonderful things that it's done for people and just for me. And I'm like, okay. My manager came to me with an idea, so we're working on with composing. I'm just trying to come up with the concept and the idea. So it's in the pre stages. But you know me, just like when I did what, I had no idea where it was going to go. No idea. And from that one little spark of what in the bus came that, and all that happened from that. So you know what? This is how I was doing. If you believe it, if you think it, and you believe it, you can achieve it. Just gotta stay focused.
What?
Figure it out. It's a slow, agonizing process. Sometimes you get frustrated and just want to say, "Fuck, what am I doing?" But at the end of the day, especially what is always mine. What is it? Things you grab something. I'm like, I did that from nothing, and look what it turned into, and what it allowed me to do. Why not? Why not think I could have a TV show? I mean, Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry shouldn't be the only people in the world who can do it. I love.
So now,
too.
with what you did, then you're saying that you held on to your past successes to lead you to your new successes. They were your reinforcement to go forward.
Yes, of course. I mean, my thing is, even when I would get frustrated, I was like, well, what started from nothing, and then look what it became. And then, like every artist, I think you're just going from project to project to project, just trying to just be an artist, just being an artist, just keep putting out new things. Because I mean, I've had other songs that weren't as popular as what, but I still was very proud of them, and I still somehow found a way to get it done. So you just kind of just keep going and going and going, and then if you keep good people around you, sky's the limit, I believe. Not everything is going to be as successful as what you did before, but that's not really the point. If you really are a true artist, don't get me wrong, you still need to pay the bills, but that'll figure itself out. Get a job at a restaurant. I've done that. I'm doing that. So you got to do what you got to do. If you really want to do it, then you're going to figure out a way to do it.
What is you got the next performer who's listening to you, the next soon to be megastar, or the person who wants to be a megastar. What is your suggestion to them on everything and anything regarding chasing your dream on this and making it fulfilled? Because it sounds like you were on the airplane. You're like, what? No, bullshit. You went to the front of the plane, and yet here it is. 8 months later, this guy has you in the studio recording, and it's just kind of like, okay, didn't expect this. I mean, if you were to travel back in time and talk to yourself, what would you even say? That day you went to work, what would you have said to yourself?
You're gonna meet this really cool, crazy, interesting artistic person who's going to become one of your best friends, who's going to help you create amazing, wonderful, interesting songs. You're not really know what's going on. It's going to happen. There's going to be some ups and downs, but just it always works out. That's what I truly believe in my life. I have always believed at the end of the day, even when I've lost it, and whatever, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore, or whatever. But ups and downs, it's always works out if you stay focused on the goal and what you want to do. And ultimately, the universe will bring you what you want. And for anyone trying to do this, I would say stay true to yourself and keep good people around you. Meditate, pray, whatever you need to keep yourself calm, and just keep working towards it. Because if it's what you want, then ultimately it's going to happen. And don't get me wrong, it may not happen hugely, because I've gotten to that point. Because I'm not sure. What was big, but I didn't become like mega rich off of it. But I did okay. But now, I think as I matured and gotten older, I'm just like, it's not really about the millions. It's about just being able to be an artist where you can do what you want to do, entertain people, but take care of yourself. And then the money and other things will come naturally, I feel like. There you go.
That absolutely sounds so awesome. Absolutely so awesome. I want to say it's going to be amazing to have you here in Columbus, and much less in Ohio. And if you weren't in Columbus, where would you be?
If I was in Columbus, where would I be?
Yeah. If you weren't coming to Columbus this Pride, where would you go?
Chicago.
There you go. Well, you live in Chicago, don't you?
No, I used to live in Chicago. I live in the outside of DC. I live in the DMV area.
Okay.
I moved a little bit, but I'm like I said, I'm still working on these projects and things are happening. So I'm really excited. And at some point, I would love to. I don't know how soon, because trying to get time with my old producers is becoming quite taxing. But I'm trying to do it sometime within the year. Maybe lay down some tracks for us to move on. Just in time for the 10-year anniversary of doing it. Okay. But anyway, but I'm really excited to come to Columbus and celebrate with you all, and like spread joy happening. And I'm kidding.
No, you're not. You're. It's going to be a blast, Samwell. I want to thank you so much for giving us an opportunity, a second opportunity for those in the know, to listen to you and to get some of your inside scoop on who the artist is and what helped and happened after his song and what happened before his song.
Yeah.
So with TrueFM, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, and if people want to find out more about me, they can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it's official Samwell. And, they can always check out my videos, Just Be Free, Protect Your Segments as well. And tell all your friends. So follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Well, absolutely. That's how you got to do it. And just to know, all our TrueFM listeners, when we post this, we're going to make sure all your links are available. We're going to have the Facebook parts and whatnot and the Instagram. So it's all going to be right there for people to click one page. You should see it all.
And tell them to come out to all the shows to see all the artists and have a great time in Pride. And if you see me and say TrueFM, come over and say hi. I won't bite. Not that hard.
Ooh, I like this. I'm getting excited. That's bad. I still got work to do. Samwell, thank you so much. And oh my gosh, it's just amazing. Since last we spoke, I have been given the Thursday night what's coming up for the weekend show. Okay, and so far we got a good name that we're thinking about. We're thinking about calling it Steppin' Out, and it's just a collection of everything and anything that's going to be happening up for this weekend. So you listen to our show. I'm co-hosting with a gentleman named Alan Ginter, who's just so excited about doing it. And he's following us from the previous TrueFM shows. And the two of us, last night, we were like 3 hours. It was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting. We were 3 hours staying until midnight at the restaurant. And it's just going to be a great time. And so hopefully we'll have all that running by the time Pride comes in. Samwell, it's going to be just amazing. It's going to be amazing seeing you. We're going to definitely be there for Pride. I mean, that's going to be our big thing. It's like talking about what's happening for Pride and what is every hour and when you're going to be on. And there's a girl named Jordan from Canada. She's going to be there. It's going to be just amazing. So, Samwell, thank you so much. You honor us with the presence and oh, well, thank you so much. TrueFM is glad to have you here in town. We're so happy that you get to celebrate Pride with us here in the Midwest, and I hope that this just rocks the hell out of you.
Well, I mean, I'm excited because I told you how much I love coming to Columbus. Whenever I come to Columbus, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm just hanging out with friends, I always have a great time. And this is going to be that time, so it's going to be like amplified. And hopefully, because I think last year the weather was not cooperating, I'm going to have to talk to Mother and say, listen, lady, I need you to keep it bright, keep it light, keep it tight. Okay?
Total downpour on Saturday, all of Saturday, from 7 in the morning until about maybe 6, 7 o'clock at night. It was just a downpour.
I think it's going to be different this year because right now the sun's coming out, so you know what? We're going to think positive, though, because nothing ain't raining on my parade. Hell no.
Oh, it didn't stop our parade, that's for sure. But yes. Thank you so much again, Samwell.
Yeah. Oh, no, the pleasure was all mine. All right, man. And I'll be seeing you, if not before, in the next, when I get into Columbus.
I look forward to it. Keep the number. If you need any assistance, you give me a yell.
Will do. All right, man. You take care.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
You're listening to True FM online from 175 on the Park.